Yeah, we
And
we
one of
we,
them,
we had a whole discussion about that a while back too.
yeah, oh,
Hey, how many times did Crush Card get eroded?
yeah,
7
exactly.
to 8
It was basically
times.
talking about that sort of stuff. And one of the weird ones, this was talking about more like weird wordings. One was like mask of restrictor, or it was one
I
of those
remember
mask
that. I
traps.
remember that.
And this was the one where neither player contribute cards.
That is, I think
It
that
was
is
originally monsters,
restrict.
and then it was errated to cards. Fine, okay. But the funny thing was that the original card said, under no circumstances can either player sacrifice monsters.
It's like,
And
okay,
it was like,
it's like, okay, mom.
yeah, I know this card was like, it took a second to be like, no, real talk? Like, you better not. I'm watching. Like, this card was like, listen, like, I don't even care. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if it's your birthday. You're not allowed to tribute
not allowed to
monsters.
tribute.
Under no circumstances are you allowed to tribute monsters. Okay, card, I get it.
Okay, geez, don't put me in my room.
So help me God if you tribute a monster. So hounds are now dogs.
Are now errated to dogs.
At least it's like you could remember that. If you see a hound, you're not gonna be like, is this a dog? Well, yeah, it's a dog.
Yeah,
It's a hound.
like how all walls were errated to have defender.
Yeah. Well, that still confuses me, but that's just me. That's
That's you.
That's just my problem.
So, but yeah, that's because of the new cat dog commander that's coming out, which kind of works with
Is it
one
literally
of the.
what I'm thinking, where it's like
It's-
they're connected by the butt?
No, it's a cat. It's
Okay, I
it's
wasn't
a,
sure if this was like a Nickelodeon card.
No, it's actually
a
a
dog.
It's actually a black dog and a white cat just sitting, laying
Okay.
down next to each other.
Okay, quality.
It's a cute card. Like, that's the card that my girlfriend saw, my fiance saw.
Yeah,
where
you gotta start getting that right.
Yeah, that it actually made her contemplate playing Magic because it's so cute. It's
Really?
actually a cute card. I'll give him props for that because it does look nice.
I'm gonna see if you think I can pull it up.
Yeah, it's in Core 21. Oh,
Is
by
it
the way,
Cat Dog Commander, Cat
By,
Dog.
by the way, this is us coming back to the MTGeez pod spellcast.
Spellcast. It's been so long we don't remember the name.
Yes, it's been a very long time. Ren and Seri inseparable.
Ren and Stimpy. Okay.
Ren, okay.
That would be appropriate, wouldn't it?
And the
You
reason
stupid idiot.
and the reason for us taking so long to get back is because of a very bad virus that decided to ravage the planet.
Yeah, this is if you're listening to this like much later. Well, first off, thank you for watching.
And thank you for coming back.
Watching with your ears. And yeah, it's the coronavirus going around, and so Matt and I haven't been face to face since all this started happening, and we didn't exactly have such a workflow that we could start like doing remote stuff.
But
Plus, we don't have listeners, so
yeah, so we don't really need to follow a schedule. But along with
Yeah.
that, however, though, I recently moved and I'm actually closer than I used to be beforehand. So this could actually be a more
Yeah.
of a scheduled thing
good.
now. I'm literally now 5 minutes away from your house.
Yeah,
So it's
excellent.
fantastic. Yeah, but this is from Core 21. A lot has happened from the last time we spoke. The
Yeah,
last
there's a
time we
lot we gotta
spoke
cover.
it was after Eldraine, and we talked about when you want to build a commander deck, what should you be looking for? Like, how do
Yes.
you... And we spent more of our time of picking the commander that's right for you, because anyone... I don't want to say anyone can make a commander. It's more along the
Yeah,
lines
no.
of you build around your commander, but how do you know what type of commander you want to play?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Like,
And that's something that a lot of our friends like grapple with, where
Yeah.
it has to speak to you, and I'm the same way.
Like,
I don't just pick anything.
I won't mention names, but one of our friends likes to play commanders where he's like, this one's gonna win. It's like, yeah, but are you having fun with it? I have fun if I win.
Will Wheaton said it well when he said that if you only play to win, then you only have fun when you win.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
I have my philosophy with Magic, or rather Commander as a whole, is I want to play commanders with really, really unique effects that you normally wouldn't see in a normal Magic game.
Yeah.
I want to have like that weird flow of like a weird effect going on. That's why I like Archimedes so much.
Yeah,
I
to do
also
something new, to tread
like
new ground.
how attacking with walls? What? I actually and I showed you. I built 2 more decks with very unique effects that I would, and I'm hoping that we'll get to show off relatively soon.
Yeah. I want to start getting games.
That's going to be fun. Also,
Well,
later
we did have one game recorded, but there was a problem, so we couldn't use that footage.
shoot.
Otherwise, we would have had a game up on the channel already.
We also want to say that a little later on in this podcast, we are actually going to be opening a mystery booster, which we've had in the back slot for a while. We're going to be opening that. So, like, I would say,
Well, I think we're doing that as a separate video.
it's going to be a separate thing.
Yeah. So if after you listen to this, go check out that video. It should be uploaded simultaneously.
Again, no faces, just hands.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the cards on the table. And
As we're opening, it's a 24 pack set.
And I'm splitting my half with another guy.
Another guy wanted to jump in.
We're only opening 3/4 of the box, but I think that's gonna be enough to get a good idea of like what sort of stuff to.
But yeah, a lot has happened, and we just want to go gloss over them very quickly. So after Eldraine was the mystery boosters.
Yeah.
The tournament version, which you couldn't buy, or rather you could buy if you wanted to go to eBay and spend like $300. And then the normal ones that people can get. Now, I'm not very sure if the card set was different between them. I think that they were. However, the big main difference between the store mystery boosters and the ones that you can only get at tournaments was that the ones that you got at the tournaments had the
tester cards.
That was the test cards. The boosters that you got, the mystery packs that you got at the tournaments had those. These do not have them.
That's kind of neat.
Now, the thing is, though, they're not legal in any format. They're cool collectors to have. Don't get me wrong on that.
I've been seeing those in like card searches, and I didn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, those come in the tournament boosters, mystery booster packs. Again, they're great collectors to have because they're very unique. However, they don't come in the boosters that we're going to be opening because I didn't want to spend over $200 for a mystery booster. But we'll get to that.
I think I would prefer not to have those. I mean, it's neat, but
but I'm not. But and I'm
not exactly going to use those.
And this is coming from a collector. I didn't even want them.
The completionist didn't want them.
Now, going back to the fact that I said I wouldn't spend $200 on a booster box, we'll get back to that point in the near future because we have another gripe. We have a couple of gripes that's coming up that we're going to talk about.
I have a couple of other things personally that I'm like not thrilled with Wizards. This is on a separate thing, but like the graphic design.
They're getting really weird. Let's jump ahead.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, not much to talk about with the mystery boosters, but now let's jump into Ikoria.
Yes.
Now, we have practically the same opinion of Ikoria, where they had one really good idea and then a heap full of bad ones.
Yeah, they did. There's a lot of things happening in Ikoria. One is the Godzilla IP, intellectual property. They're using, which I think is neat. Fine. I think it's a little weird, but people like it.
People like it. I feel that it was used to sell a secret lair, which was the Godzilla lands, and this is just my personal preference.
Well, and Ikoria, to get people to buy Ikoria.
Yeah, and this is just my personal preference. I saw the Godzilla lands, and to me, I could be wrong, but this is how I saw them. It looks like Godzilla is just photoshopped into the image.
Oh man, I didn't even draw that, but I haven't been looking that closely at them.
On some of them, it looks like Godzilla is just photoshopped into the image. I feel like they're bad quality images.
Weird.
I would say 1 or 2 of the lands don't give me that opinion, but the other ones very strongly do. I do not like the quality of them, and I'm not going to spend so much money on a set of basics, on a set of 1 basic per land, and it just has a Godzilla figure in it.
Wait, okay, so the ones that look like Godzilla was just photoshopped in, those are the Godzilla basic lands?
Yeah, you get 1 of each basic land.
Okay, those I really didn't look that much at, but terrible.
I don't remember if they're hollow or not. Again, I apologize, but I wasn't really interested in it.
I think they are foil, if I'm remembering correctly.
But it was $40 for 1 basic land of each color, for a hollow with Godzilla in it. Same thing that they did with the Eldraine Winter Wonderlands. A complete waste of money.
So the
Again, if they want to sell those sets for $40, what they should do is they should give you a full set, 4 of each, only 1 of them hollow, and then 3 more of that same printing basic land, but non-hollow.
Oh, so you're getting how many cards in total? You're getting like 20 cards.
So instead of getting 4 for $40, you're getting 20 for $40, where only 1 is hollow.
1 of each is hollow?
1 of each land is hollow, the way that you would normally be getting it.
That would be nice.
And then 3 non-hollows of each one. So you have a full set, at least a full play set.
Yeah, quote play set.
Quote unquote play sets
you
for
could
lands.
at least use them in different places and stuff.
Exactly.
I just think that the secret layers are very subjective. It's just, if it's something that draws your attention, if you like the art, then get it. If it's not worth it to you, then don't get it.
My opinion of the secret layers is I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I will buy them if it calls to me. Like the Constellation secret layers, that came out with Theros.
Yeah.
Those were amazingly designed. I loved them. And what they gave you was they gave you the gods from the previous sets, not the ones that you got in Theros, Beyond Death. They gave you the old ones, which was a fantastic way of bringing back the old gods.
Yeah, I thought that was a good secret layer.
And displaying them the way that you got the secret borders of the new ones. That was a great idea. I loved that. And also that you got 3 legendary creatures, all from the god set, and then you got the Planeswalker stained glass.
So I like that secret lair is this completely optional thing. It's expensive, but it's premium.
And depending
there's
on
been some concern about the quality of the foils, and I feel like that's always been the problem with Wizards foils, especially.
These are subject to more curling than normal. Now, me personally, I haven't experienced any curling with any of my secret layers.
Yeah, I don't think I have any cards, any foils that curl, just because when they're in sleeves and stuff, they don't.
I have a few cards that actually did curl even in sleeves, and they were old hollow lands that were kept in a box where I bought them for like $0.10 a piece. So I'm guessing the quality of them were bad to begin with.
Yeah, foils have always been like a weird spot for Wizards. Like I have that Fire and Lightning, mono red all foil deck, and the thing was like curved like crazy from the moment I opened it. And that's kind of older. That's probably like 2012 that I got that. Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like never had problems with foils. I feel like
their hollows never curled on me.
The only thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Foils is sometimes they were mispunched, like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but those were valued because it was different.
People liked them.
But let's drop off.
Secret Lair is fine.
We'll drop off of it. We will need to come back to it for this new set that came out because they did something really messed up with it that people have been needing.
Yeah.
Oh.
To contrast against Secret Lair is Double Masters.
Double Masters isn't a Secret Lair.
No, but I'm saying where Secret Lair is a nice thing for people that want to,
collect
something
and get something new.
Yeah,
and
get
different.
something premium. But then Double Masters, which is this thing that should be more like a service.
It should be more of a service for people. And we'll jump onto that because we need to cover Core 21, and I also want to cover real quick because we're still on the subject of secret layers. the Fetchland Secret Lair that was what, $200 for 5 Fetchlands?
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah. So
Um,
that's.
I'm just gonna say this right off the bat: total waste of money. Don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know how you could charge that much
for
for
5 cards.
for 5 cards
When you
yeah.
can actually buy the Fetchlands for
less.
cheaper. The original Fetchlands for cheaper. Now, I understand it's alternate art. I
Alternate
understand.
art, but the thing is, like,
I
they
under-
already do that for reprints all the time.
Exactly.
It's nothing special to do
and they're like,
alternate art.
and they're like, we have to pay. And their one of their excuses was we have to pay the artist. Well, you do know if you lowered the amount of it, more people would buy it, so then you could pay the artists.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Fetchlands are in very high demand.
They just want to sell
They
as many
want
cards.
they want
as,
to capitalize on
get as
it.
much money for selling as few pieces of cardboard as
and
possible.
then you got the people who are going to buy it for 200, resell it on eBay for 300 and make a profit.
Yeah,
The resellers won on that one.
Yeah, they're not doing anything to temper the secondary market. They're basically exploiting the secondary market.
Exactly. Now, I just want to touch that very fast because I'm pretty sure everyone read about them. If you bought it, I mean, like, good for you that you had the expendable income for that. But honestly, from a normal consumer's point of view, and again, I'm a collector, I found it as a waste of money. I would never do it. Because, again, I could just buy the normal fetches for less if I really wanted them that badly.
So, what I have to remember is that if it's a reprint, you shouldn't be charging the same or more as the price on the secondary market.
Yeah.
You should be reprinting it to have an affordable option for people that aren't fucking made of money.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
And
I love this game, but I can't spend that much on it.
Or if anything, flood the current market with the reprints so all of them come down in price.
Yeah, well, it's like if you had, say, the Fetchlands, like, one each in, like, Commander product or something like that.
That'd be fantastic.
And then you have your premium, super, specially chocolatey covered super cards in the secret lair that are alternate art and foil, and then
Tastes like
charge,
chocolate.
charge
like
a bunch for that. Fine, if people want to get it, then fine. But there's the alternative.
Give us an affordable version that people can get. Like a $50 Fet. Like what they did with the Godzilla cards. If you gave me a 5 set of the Fetchlands hollow for $40, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Do you understand how much money you'd make as a Magic employee if you're like, hey, let's put these reprints out, make them all hollow, give them each one, and sell it for $40? You would be your website would shut down.
I was
your
thinking
website would crash.
They could even do something where it's like if you bought like 2, let's say, Commander, instead of putting them in the decks, because they have to think about how they price these decks.
Exactly.
They can't overjuice them. They have to like put the right amount of stuff. What if you had something where like if you bought 2 Commander decks like from their website, then you get a Fetchland at like random or something
they
like that.
kind of did that, but it was really messed up. Where
this
current secret lair, where I will say I'll admit,
secret lair.
I bought one of them, which was the robot one on the second, just the second set, the robot ones with the Blightsteel Colossus, Walking Ballista, and I forget what the third one was. Something Ravager.
Arcbond Ravager.
Yeah. It came with those 3. Really cool art for them, too. That's one of the main reasons I bought it, too. The Walking Ballista and the Blightsteel Colossus art looks awesome. So I bought that because I wanted a Blightsteel Colossus and a Walking Ballista for a very long time, and buying this Secret Lair was cheaper than actually buying the 2 cards.
Yeah.
So
for once they did it right.
So they also did it right with the Bitter Blossom Dreams.
Yeah.
And way back.
It should be cheaper than the existing
Yeah.
card, because otherwise you're not really reprinting it.
Yeah, like they charged $30 for the Lightning Bolt, for the 4 set of Lightning Bolt. No.
That's like. But the thing is, you can get Lightning Bolt for cheap. So
for
$1. I was actually considering getting the Lightning Bolt one. I'm like, that might be cool.
I
and
did
I'd like
too,
to have a place.
because the art.
It's like
$20-something.
$20.
It was the $30 one. They range from 30. Secret Lairs and these sets range from 30 to 40.
Yeah,
and
then I looked up the price of Lightning Bolt and it was like $2. And I was like, maybe I'll just get, if I need more Lightning Bolts, I'll just buy more Lightning Bolts. Never mind.
Like the art was cool. Don't get me wrong,
cool.
but
it's fun.
But still,
it's subjective. If it's something that draws you in, fine. But you can only say that if it's something that you can get for cheap, if that's what you need to do.
Exactly.
You cannot sell something that is more expensive than the already expensive thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're printing fetch lands again. Oh, actually, they're extremely expensive and not going to do anything to
Well,
the price
that's
of fetch
what,
lands.
and they kind of hampered us again with that because they're
Yeah,
like, hey, guess what? If you buy the whole set
Yes.
for June,
all the June secret layers.
you not even just buy them all. You have to buy the set version.
Yeah, you set it all.
Like
you buy it all at once.
$100 and something dollars.
Yeah.
It's actually cheaper if you did it that way than if you bought them all.
Okay.
However, you have to buy them all to get a random fetch land. You can't choose which one you get. It's a random one, and you only get one.
Yeah.
What
Well,
they
also probably because it might be a logistical nightmare to have people like requesting them, and then you're like,
that would be a logistical nightmare. However, just give them all one copy again.
to give one of each fetch land.
If you're buying the full set,
I mean,
you're getting the
yeah.
That's the original
I
price
agree.
that they advertised it as, because they said it wouldn't cost more than a commander set when they first announced it.
I don't understand Wizards.
So you'd be getting
me-
it for the original price that they said.
So let me mention now, before we go into Double Masters,
We have to hit
I just
Ikoria.
wanna-
We
I
have to
just
hit
wanna-
we have to hit Ikoria real fast.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to quickly talk about the graphic design thing that I've been having a problem with,
What's that?
because it's only like a 5-minute discussion. A couple of things that over the years I've noticed have been changing. That's kind of weird.
Is it like with the full art getting stretched out rather than showing more of the artwork?
No, that's fine. I actually like what they're doing with borders and everything. I think they're doing some really interesting stuff with
borders
frames.
the frames themselves, changing the frames depending
The legendary
on
frame. I
love it.
I was unsure at first, and I think I do like it.
I love the legendary frame.
Some things I don't like. So when what was the set that came out? The return to like the not Ravnica, but the first plane. What was it?
It wasn't Return to Ravnica.
It was the original plane. It was
to. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
What's that? Is that set with like Karn? Do you know the one I'm talking about? It had all the old characters because they were going back to the original plane.
Return to.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Dominaria.
Return to Dominaria.
Okay.
Yes.
When they did the Dominaria set symbol, the common icon was white with a black outline, as opposed to black with a white outline, as it's always been, and it looked terrible to me. It looked like it was, unfinished. So that was a little thing, which they immediately, the very next set, they went back to black with a white outline,
because it does,
which looks better.
It looks cleaner.
Yeah, it looks proper. The other thing is, this is a little bit more subjective, but just the design of the set symbols have been kind of weird. Like, Dominaria was pretty good. I guess Ravnica was pretty good. Like, those looked pretty good, but I don't know. That one's just like a little weird thing. The other thing, which kind of ties into the set symbol, even we have M19 up on the screen right now, Matt. The set symbol for the core sets, and also the Magic logo itself, it's more modernized. It has
Actually,
straighter
Core
lines.
21 doesn't look like that.
It's no longer that fantasy style font. It's like a more modern M, which I guess if they're trying to kind of get away from like the fantasy element and more towards just like generic, fiction. I don't know.
I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of the.
If we want to go to futuristic settings, then that old style logo doesn't seem appropriate anymore.
Exactly.
But still, it's magic. You know what I mean? Like
it's magic and sorcery.
The new logo looks like unimaginative and just dull.
I've never been a fan of the core set symbols to begin with. I don't like the M and then whatever.
Yeah. Also the border around the set symbol for M. Whatever.
M series?
Yeah, there
Core
used to be.
series.
It used to. This is really nitpicking, I know, but it used to be that there was a black outline around the ring of it, but it was inset. So you had, in the middle you had M15, and then you had like a black outline, and then outside that you had the rest of the color of the icon, the set symbol. So if it was, rare, it was like gold on the very edge of the thing.
Oh, I like
it looked
that.
nice. It looked like a little faceplate. And now it looks kind of like
Just plastered on there.
it just looks a lot less interesting to the eye. This is again subjective.
You're the artist, so things like that catch your eye more than it would the average person.
Yeah, and then the last thing, still regarding set symbols, and then I promise I'll be done with it. The most recent set, I guess
would be
it wasn't Ikoria. It was the Commander with Ikoria stuff.
Commander 21, Commander 20.
I guess the recent Commander with the Ikoria cards.
That would be cool. That would be Commander 20.
I noticed. How nitpicky is this? I noticed that, say, for the rare set symbol, you had the gold, you had the black outline, and then you had white in between. Instead of the frame showing through, you had white as like the backdrop to it, which I don't understand that at all.
I don't understand that at all either.
It's disrupting the
flow.
The icon. I'm gonna try to put graphics up on the screen so that it's
we can see
visual aid.
so we can see what we're talking about.
It's I don't know what they're doing, and I'm gonna have to send in an application to Wizard or something. Anyway,
there's an application open, but it's for online representation, so don't even worry about it.
It's like they're either using like too much detail in the icon or too little detail. Yeah. Anyway, so let's finish up our discussion with
let's speed through it.
With Double Masters.
Let's just hit Ikoria real fast. We're not a fan. Ikoria. We're not a fan of ability counters, and we don't like the mutate ability.
Yeah. Okay. So my take on that really briefly. Mutate. It was confusing to learn. I understand it now. I've finally kicking and screaming. I've learned all the rules for it, but it is counterintuitive in a lot of ways.
It is.
They had to change certain rules make it work.
They did.
And also, it's strange the way it works because, like, if you have a couple of creatures that are mutated together and then they're flickered, they come back in like separated. I think
there's such weird ruling.
If it has Undying, they all come back with a 1/1 counter separate. It's like, what is happening?
And also, if they both hit the graveyard, but one of them mutated to your commander, it separates and goes
it separates
to your command zone.
Yeah, the other ones go to the graveyard.
It's a very
which it's like
very
I guess that's
odd,
the way you would have to do it.
It's the way you
have
to, but it's a very odd way of playing Magic. And the thing is, though, they made those legendary creatures with Commander in mind because they're the commanders for the sets.
Yeah, and then I also think there's like a little bit of some balance issues because you can mutate onto any non-human. So like any non-human in the entirety of Magic, like there's going to probably be some really broken interactions. And I guess we'll just find out as time will tell.
Like what happens if you mutated onto a werewolf?
Oh, yeah, then there's weird things.
Does a werewolf flip?
If you have a mutated creature and one of the mutatees have a transform ability, only that part transforms.
If it's
something that transforms into an enchantment, then that card is an enchantment. Like, the whole thing is considered whatever the top card is. But it also has the abilities of the enchantment on it.
It's
a planeswalker, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's so many weird things that can happen. Weird.
If you mutate on
because
top
you want to have
a...
this weird mechanic, and now the whole game has to bend over backwards to fit
like,
it.
did you know that if you mutate on top of a creature enchantment, it's now also considered an enchantment, so you can remove it with enchantment effects?
Yeah, which is like, okay. But, like, then you have simple things, like, if you mutate onto a creature, the new creature that you've made can attack because part of it has been there since the beginning of your upkeep.
That's so stupid.
So basically, your mutatee always has haste, and it's just like, that kind of feels weird because you could put down something on turn 1, and it's like a nothing creature, and then later you mutate this giant crazy thing onto it, and it's able to attack right away.
Or
like, I don't know.
Here's the other thing too.
It's little, but it matters.
If you run in green, which is something that in Ikoria is very prevalent, green, and you ramp. Does that mean if you summon a card and then you mutate on top of it, even though it's still the same turn that you're mutating on that you got that card out, it now has haste so it can attack?
No. It's if part of the creature has been there or like since the turn before.
The whole
creature
That's such a
attack.
weird rule.
Yeah,
to
it's just
keep
like
in mind.
it just feels weird because
then
you're getting haste kind of for free.
and then you have the ability counters, which I do not like.
Yeah, so the other thing is ability counters, which is like confusing because you're gonna have to keep track with like chits or something, little tokeny
Now I
things.
understand they have printed chits with
I already
the
don't like having to move around cards when they have a dice on them because then
yeah
it's like you have to like, oh hang on, oh it fell over, like now you're gonna have all these like cardboard on
yeah.
top of your cardboard.
And I understand they have printed ones, but still, it's just a hassle to keep count of. And like you said with dice, I mean they even have counter
Or you can
dice.
bring it to you.
Yeah,
Uh,
they have counter dice, but that's also a
yes.
problem too. And I'm not no.
So I was going through the list for Ikoria and looking for things to buy, and I kind of already wasn't interested in getting anything with mutate or getting anything with ability counters because I kind of just disagree with it in general, and I'm just not interested.
I mean, I like
But
the
I even was
triomes.
thinking, I was like, well, maybe I will get some of the cards that have like ability counter things because some of these seem pretty good. And then I thought, wait, if I use like some of these, that means that anytime I put it in a deck, I'll have to have like something on hand to know it's the
Exactly.
ability. And that means extra work for me as a deck builder. And I'm like, forget
Exactly.
it. I'll just not bother. Like, I don't want to have to remember, like we already have to, oh, you put this thing in here and it
Yeah.
makes wolves. I guess I'm going to have to grab some wolf tokens. Okay,
Yeah, but
fine.
that's fine. Yeah.
Let's just keep on adding things to have to do. Like,
Yeah, so that's our gripes with Ikoria. Just a sidebar: the triomes
Triomes are cool.
and the mana crystals, completely
yeah,
okay with.
I like those. I bought all, like, the generic good stuff from the
I
set.
actually, when you told me that you bought the triomes, I went on and I bought all the crystals. I bought a set of the
I got
all
each of the crystals too. I even got for the Mardu crystal and the Jeskai crystal. I got foil because the decks that I want to put them in are like I'm trying to.
Oh
foil
no,
them
I
out.
got foils
Yeah, and they were
of
cheap.
them because
They
they're
were cheap.
cheap. The
Yeah.
triomes, I think I'm
The
gonna.
foils of the triomes are like
I'm gonna wait.
$10 or
I'm
more.
gonna. That's because they're the
They're
special.
nice.
They come from the collector's edition packs. Those foil ones.
No, well, there's
I want the. Oh, I want those. That's why I haven't bought the
there's like
triomes
there's
yet.
like the wide art ones.
The wide art one. I want the wide
Yeah.
art one, so that's why I haven't bought any yet.
Alt art.
I'm
There's
gonna-
so many different versions of those,
There's the wide art, then the alt art.
which I'm a fan because it means that the price I imagine would be lower for
The
the
price
original.
for the original is lower. That's another thing that they brought up with let's use the main Godzilla card as an example. For Godzilla, there's the actual card that Godzilla is made after. That it's the subtitle of Godzilla. Actually, it tells you the original card.
Yeah,
So you have the original card. You
the
have
subtext is the name of the creature.
Yeah, so you have the original creature, then you have the Godzilla creature, and then you have the alt art of that creature that you can only get in the collector's edition packs.
Okay.
It's three different versions
It's
for
a
the
little
same
crazy.
card. Oh, it gets worse. And that's when we get to double masters.
Okay. Are we going into double masters?
Yes. Double the rares in each pack, and in doing with
Yeah.
double the rares, you're gonna get 2 foils in each pack with a possibility of getting a third. So every pack is coming with 2 foils, guaranteed. With the
Two foils and 2 rares.
2 foils and 2 rares.
So I guess it is kind of like each pack is really 2 packs because the commons you kind of don't care about that much. It's really like each pack is 2 packs.
And the reprints that they're putting in them, though, some of the commons and uncommons are worth getting. But the way that it's working is you can get 2 foils along with the regular chance of you getting a foil in a normal pack. So that's 3 foils because the 2 foils that you get is like a standard thing. So you know how you can sometimes get a foil in a regular pack?
Yeah.
That's that same chance of you getting a foil is in addition to those 2 foils that you get already. So you can get a third foil.
Oh wow.
So some packs can get 3.
So you get two by default, and then you still have the option of getting a foil on top of that at the same rate that you'd normally possibly get a foil.
Exactly. So you have chances of getting a third.
That's interesting.
And then with the rares, you have the chance of getting 2 rares.
Or you get 2
No,
rares.
you're guaranteed 2 rares.
And then how many uncommons? Still 3?
I don't know about that. They haven't really revealed that. But with the 2 rares, that means you also have the chance of getting a rare and a mythic, or 2 mythics.
You can get 2 mythics.
Yes, you can.
So now is it? But now I wonder because you
And
know how
then-
like I don't know if it's an official thing that's like when you buy a box, you usually get about 3 or 4 mythics.
It's
Does that mean
it's completely out of whack.
So then that would have to mean that you could get like 6 or 8 mythics?
Exactly.
Because it doesn't really make any sense for it to be like you can get 2 mythics in a pack, and then you're just gonna have more packs and you don't get mythics.
And then 2 box toppers.
So it's really. I'm not saying I'm getting I'm not saying I'm definitely getting this.
That's what I'm saying. If we split it,
if you bought so you buy a box for 300.
Yeah.
It's 24 packs, but really it's more like 48 packs.
It kind of is
because we were like a couple of us were upset that's like you're only getting 24 packs for the, but really they're they're literally double packs.
Yeah,
you're really getting a bigger set than normal, not a smaller set than normal.
Exactly. That's why I was telling you that the guy who did the math is actually saying that it's correctly priced. Not that it's not.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 box toppers, and from the spoils that are out right now that we're looking at, the only cards that have box toppers are the mythics. Not the random rares like last time where you can get a box topper rare. Like in
it's guaranteed mythic.
So far that we know of.
And it's only good mythics.
Yeah, these are fantastic mythics that you'd want a box topper for.
Because that was one of the concerns. Yeah, you could get like a $2
the box topper that I got with Modern Horizons was like a freaking like goblin thing. That was a rare. It wasn't even worth anything. It was like a $5 card normal, and the box topper was like $7. It was worthless. Yeah,
it definitely doesn't feel good to buy an entire box, and the only bonus. Well, I mean, like the box topper is an extra thing that they've been doing in the recent years anyway.
Well,
it's so hard to
Core 21 is getting box toppers.
It's so hard to quantify this.
My mistake. Core 21 isn't getting box toppers. It's getting a collector's edition pack 2. Core 21.
Okay. So
now,
if we were to, God, this feels dirty saying it. If we were to split a box. This is like on camera. It's on mic. We're debating getting this thing.
I really do want to get it.
$150 each, and we'd be getting 12 double packs, which would be like 24 packs.
Double packs, meaning we're getting a guaranteed 24 hollows.
Yeah, and 24 rares.
A guaranteed 24 rares, maybe less because they'll be replaced with mythics. And we're each guaranteed a box topper.
Okay, so you have $150 divided by 24, which is how many, like the 24 packs worth of content.
Yeah.
24 packs worth. So that's like $6.25 a pack.
So it's a little bit more expensive than a normal pack, but you're getting
it's a little bit more.
But you're getting the 2 rares and the 2 hollows.
Well, no. Well, we're doing that ahead of time. So it's like you're paying $6.25 for the pack, but the cards in it are good reprints.
Most of them are good reprints.
It's a little bit more price. It's $6.25 instead of what a pack is normally like 4 or 5.
4 to 5, yeah.
So you're paying a little bit more, but they are good reprints, and you'd get a box topper.
Yeah, and we would each actually get one.
$150.
It's a steep price, but here's the thing though. We can, like I said, I'm skipping out. I skipped out on buying a box of Ikoria, and I'm also skipping out on Core 21 if I was going to get that.
Maybe because I was actually thinking of getting some Core 21. I'll tell you what. I want to see what's in Core 21, because maybe I'll just buy a couple of singles.
You want to know what's in Core 21?
And maybe I will split this with you.
I was actually going to bring this up. I forgot to bring this up in Core 21, which is the gripes that I have. You want to know what's in Core 21?
What?
18 different versions of Teferi.
Oh yeah,
the same Teferi card.
What the hell is?
You get 4 of them.
There's some that are identical though.
No, all the art is different in all of them. The
one he's winking. One he has like a pink nail.
Actually,
what is the difference, Matt?
It's the art and the refraction is different from when like the spiraling refraction thing. The art is different in each one.
I'll take your word for it. I'll look later.
But however, that doesn't justify the fact that, first of all, there's 4 of that, of the normal border.
Well, you're not going to be getting a Teferi in every pack, are you?
No, I would hope not.
I mean,
because he's also a super
card, though.
He's also a super overpowered planeswalker for 18
so there's like 18 different versions
printings of the same card.
Oh my god. Good luck, TCG player. I don't know how you're going to organize that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is the first planeswalker that they've ever printed in history that built into the card you can use his abilities on every turn.
I think the other Teferi could do it.
I don't think he could. He can give you extra turns.
Yeah, no, the other Teferi does that.
Could he?
Should we look it up? Or we'll just put it up on screen.
We'll just put it up on screen if I'm wrong.
All right.
And if
we're gonna do the red letter media thing of like, Jay, say into the mic, wrong.
And how Chris is always wrong. Rich is always wrong.
Rich was so convinced that he was right. I'm right.
And
I'm right.
And they kept playing.
Tom's Festival. It sounded like you were saying testicles. Tom's testicles.
I just remember
Festival.
I just remember the one time he got it right, which was he's like,
I'm right.
No, wasn't it? He's like, isn't that the voice actor for Frank West? And they went to the IMDb page. And he's like, holy crap, he's right.
Rich calls it all the time. Like, it's amazing how many times
he calls the future.
They were watching a horror movie, and someone like got killed behind a door, and you see like a little bit of like a spurt of blood, and Rich is like, could have used more blood, and then you see like another like like on the door, and he's like, that's better. Like they all looked at him like, what the hell, Rich? They a little bit more blood.
But
okay, I gotta say, now that like I knew that it was double the rares per pack, but it didn't really dawn on me that that kind of is the only thing that you care about in the pack. It's literally like you're getting 2 packs for every one. And instead of it being 24 packs, it's more like 48 packs.
It's only single masters if we split it in half.
Masters.
Now, I told you that
There's got to be a way that I could split it further to bring down the price. Like, maybe if I, like...
If you did split
sold
it with
some of the packs to somebody or something.
Nah, I'm...
Like, yeah, maybe John, maybe I'll sell him, like, 3 of the packs for, like, their value.
No, I'm definitely going for the full
well,
one.
You do you,
yeah.
But I'm saying... I want to try to bring down the price
now,
and I also don't want to be a tryhard.
There are some rumors of these cards I have a source that works very closely, and a lot of the things that he's told me have been true. That aside from the spoilers that we do know from Mythic Spoiler, which is again Doubling Season, Blightsteel Colossus, Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, Mana Crypt, and Kalia of the Vast as box toppers. Also, they're not only in the set, but they're also as box toppers. I don't know if these are also box toppers, but I do have them rumored as being in the set. Again, this is not 100% confirmed, but this guy's pretty good with his leaks.
Okay.
More of the cards that are going to be reprinted in Double Masters is Force of Will, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Mox Opal,
wow,
Karn the Liberator, Thoughtseize, and Urza's Cycle.
Just as rares that would be in it, or not box toppers?
Not just as being in the set. He didn't know if they were going to be box toppers or not.
Okay, because some of those are like, I think Thoughtseize is like a $15 card. Like, that'd be a kind of a crappy box topper.
Urza's Cycle refers to the land cycle known as Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Tower, and Urza's Mine. Yeah. Which is a
those are cool.
Ridiculously broken set.
I would like to have those.
I would love to have.
I don't think they're broken. I think they're good.
They're not expensive, dude. You can buy them easily.
They're cheap enough.
I
just never had a need to get them, but maybe that'd be good for my Mega Man deck.
I'm making a Doom deck
because it's mono blue. I don't care about like.
I'm making a Doom Guy deck.
Doom Guy deck.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be something.
Okay, so we want to move on to the mystery booster. I do want to say that a couple of ideas that we have for the future for this channel is definitely actual games, multiplayer games.
Eventually we're gonna have games.
But
I've got the setup. It's just a matter of like getting people together after this virus has killed off half the human race, and
then a couple of our ideas is along the lines of like we get a pool of commanders, we randomly pick one, then we have to make a deck with it under a specific budget. That. And my big one that I like is, and we have to do this as a group because we have to figure out which cards could be used and which ones could not, is on Reddit, there is a subreddit called Custom Commanders where people make their own commander cards. Ooh. They're very unique and they're very cool looking.
Okay. That
and
can be fun.
what I'm thinking as an idea is we make a pool of those commander cards.
Yeah.
We pick one out of the hat and build a deck around that custom commander. Some of them are really cool.
That's awesome.
Like one of them is called I forget his full name, but it's called like a liberator of like attack or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what he says is, as long as he's on the field, cards that are tapped can attack, and cards that are untapped cannot attack.
Oh man, that's insane. That's gonna confuse the crap out of me.
Things like that.
Definitely gonna mess that one up. But I'm curious to see what that would.
Another one
that
is
I would kind of want that one because I want to see if I could like figure out a way to break that.
when opponents would lose life, they gain life instead. But when opponents would gain life, they lose life instead.
Oh man! All right, that would be really cool.
Things like that. All right, so we're gonna stop talking here. We got our gripes out. We talked about things that we like. I turned Matt's mind around on Double Masters.
Yeah, I gotta say it's sounding a little bit more reasonable than I originally thought.
Honestly, for not only for my personal like wanting of that set, but also for the channel, I think it would be a great buy.
The other thing, right? So I mentioned this earlier about Wizards just kind of wanting as much money for as little cardboard as possible.
Yeah.
Double Masters actually kind of solves that in a better way than I thought, because I thought it would just like charge more because why not? Mm-hmm. But really, they're like, okay, is there a way we can get more value to... Oh my god, I sound like a shill now. Is there a way we can get more value to our fan base, our customer base, without having to print that much more cardboard, like more raw materials? And by replacing, say, a common slot in your pack with another rare slot, you're doing exactly that.
Exactly.
You're giving them 2 packs, but you're only using 1 pack's worth of cardboard.
Exactly.
That's literally it.
It's still a 15-card pack.
If you take Double Masters and you just double the number of packs to 48, then suddenly it looks more like a reasonable price per pack.
Also, the set is a little bit bigger because I think they're doubling the amount of rares and mythics as well that you get a normal set.
Because we said 300 divided by 48, which is only $6.25 per pack. It's like a little bit more for a pack. Yeah,
exactly.
Which we've paid like I think if you would try to get vintage masters or whatever from like card shops, it was like $15 like soon after it dropped, and it's just like that's a lot.
So it's
depending on the value, depending on what they print.
Yeah, I need to see more before I make a decision.
If this is the only juice in the entire set, it's not worth it.
Exactly. I need to see more. Like if the Mox Opal is in there, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Force of Will, Karn the Liberator,
Vidalcan Ori,
that starts sweetening the pot for you wanting it more.
And it doesn't have to all be that juicy, as long as it's like relevant cards.
Relevant cards that needed reprints.
Yeah, okay, Damnation.
So quick side note.
This doesn't have to have fetch lands. I'm going to say that too. I don't need to see fetch lands.
They already said it doesn't have them.
And that's fine.
Just a quick side note. Core 21, aside from Teferi, also has Grim Tutor reprint, insanely expensive card, and Ugin. So far that I know of as reprints. Ugin, the Indomitable Will. Dragon, right? No, the Indomitable Will, the really expensive one.
No, I think it's 2 different ones. I think they're also putting in Spirit Dragon.
Both of them? Oh.
Yeah, I saw the original Ugin in there.
But that's also a very expensive card that's getting a reprint.
Right
and what was the second thing? Oh yeah, and Double Masters is coming out in August. I don't remember when Core 21's coming out, but it's going to be relatively soon. And Jumpstart is in July.
It's a lot of Magic product in a short amount of time. That's the other thing that's like kind of burning me out. Like
that's why I'm not getting.
It's a little much.
I'm not getting. If I'm gonna get Core 21, I'm gonna buy singles because
I need to buy grass seed.
Yeah.
Like I need to buy flowers.
Yeah,
because I'm a grandma.
So for Core 21, if I really wanted some of the cards, I'm going to buy the singles. I'm not getting Jumpstart unless it has really good like walls or ninjas in it that would help buff up some of my commander decks.
Vanish.
But I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the packs solely, although the packs come with more cards.
Man, I think it's time we Ninja Vanish.
But we're going to Ninja Vanish. And all that's going to reappear is our hands.
Yeah, so catch us. Check
we're
us
going to be
opening mystery
packs.
Booster packs.
All right.
I hope I pull a Black Lotus.
Or a Mana. What?
I don't know.